All right, good morning, everybody. Greg Ryder coming at you from LaunchCart. Today is our CRM Masterclass with our new master trainer, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, everyone.
So Nicole is new to the LaunchCart team, and I'm so excited to have her. She's going to really take over ownership of the CRM and helping all of our clients get trained, get onboarded, and perfect leveraging technology to make you more money. And she's amazing at it. She understands automations like no one I've seen before in this platform, and she's really good at it. So every Wednesday at this time, except for next week, because we're doing the Lunch and Merch Challenge, it'll be 10 o'clock, but those will be in the emails. But she'll be doing it every week. And then she also can share a link that if you say, hey, Greg, this is great, but I want one-on-one, I want help with onboarding. We do have an onboarding package we put together that's $150 where she will get with you one-on-one and help you tune up or understand or fix or get anything you want done with your CRM done. She's also going to be working on our snapshots and all of our things that we can transfer to your CRM to help make your life more easy. So that's all in the plans. We're working on it, and we're talking a little bit every day, and we're going to be launching that soon. So with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Nicole. You can take it away, and it's all your show, Nicole.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So today what we're going to talk about is just the basics of how to get your account up and going. Okay, so we're just going to go through the basic settings, show you how to get going, and each week we'll kind of build upon the building blocks to kind of help you hit the ground running. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
And then, of course, we'll have, keep your questions, and you can type your questions in the chat box too, and we'll answer all your questions as well.
Exactly. All right. So when you first log into your account, you're going to see this area right here. But where we're going to be focused on today is in the back end, the settings area. So we're going to go ahead and come down here to the very bottom of your screen where you'll see settings. Exactly. All right. So when you first log into your account, you're going to see. Hearing a little background noise. We're going to be focused on today. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit settings right here. And we're going to be focused mainly really on the business profile area, and we're going to talk a little bit about some integrations also, just to make sure all of that's set up for you. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come in here and make sure you have a friendly business name. Now you'll see friendly business name and legal business name and the difference between the two. So the friendly business name is this is how you want to portray yourself to the world, right? This is what people will refer to your business as. The legal business name, this is what you actually have on your business paperwork. So if you have an EIN paperwork or LLC or any kind of papers that are filed with your state, that's what the legal business name. Now they can be the same or they could be different. So you want to make sure that you have both of these filled out. Now remember, whatever you have here, this is what's going to go, it's going to be like in your pages or your emails that go out. This is what's going to pull in here. Okay. The business email, this is your business email. You want to stay away from like Hotmails or things like that. You want it to be more professional. Now, let's say you don't have an actual business.
Turn right onto Howdershell Road.
There's a little bit of feedback there. All right. So what you want to do with your business email is to make sure it's professional. Now, if you don't actually have a business email like with your domain, that's okay, because if you have it inside of this platform, you actually can have any email you want. So if you wanted info@xyzstore.com, you can do that inside this platform. But as long as you stay in the platform, you can send and receive, and it will have that email. Now, if you tried to use that outside the platform, obviously that would not work. And at that point, you'd have to actually go to your domain host and get an actual email. But for inside your account, you can pick any email that you want to have here. Business phone number. This could be your
Continue on Howdershell Road for half a mile.
You can have your business phone number here, or you can put your cell phone number here. Now, the great thing is, and I'll show you in a minute, where you can actually have a phone number tied into your system, which is great. So if you want to send out text messages to your sorry about that. If you want to send out text messages to your customers or, or anything like that, you'll be able to do that within here. All right. The next thing you want to do is have a business website, right? So if you have a business website, you want to put that URL here, right? And that'll be your store website. Now, business niche, you'll just click in here. Oopsie. Sorry, here. You'll pick a niche here. It'll be whatever. Sorry, that's kind of showing like that. You'll be able to pick from whatever one's appropriate. So retail and e-commerce or whatever one's appropriate. There, you want to have a business type. So you'll select that. Right. The reason why you're filling this out, because if you plan on having an actual business phone number, you're going to want to have all of this filled out exactly, because in order to get a phone number approved where you can send out text messages, the phone carriers are now requiring that you have all of this information so that they can validate that you are an actual legit business. So in order for the validation process or the verification process to go through and for your phone number to be approved, all of this will have to be filled out. So that's why we're just taking a little bit of time now to kind of fill that out. Okay, so once you've filled out all of these, then you'll go ahead and just hit update information. Okay. And when you come down here, you'll pick the appropriate business type, the appropriate industry. So you just come down here to find your industry. Be online. The registration ID type. So if you're in the US, it's an EIN number that we typically use for tax purposes. If you're in another country, then you'd pick which one is appropriate for you. If you're in a country that isn't listed here, you'll just select other. Now, if you have an EIN number, it's very important that you put that here. If you don't have an EIN number, just select this right here. So when you go to do the business verification or phone verification process, it's a different process if you don't have an EIN number versus if you do have an EIN number. So if you do have an EIN number, you want to put that number that you got on the paperwork here, okay? And it will be checked, so make sure that it's actually you're very clear when you're putting that number there, okay? Because the carriers will come in and they actually check all this information, okay? So you know the information here. Don't forget what region which plan operating in, okay? And that's all it is for that side. Coming over here for the business physical address. Now here's the tricky part. So if you are going to get a phone number, that again, it's great to be able to allow for text messaging and things of that nature. You want to make sure for the verification purposes that this address matches up exactly. It has to be exactly as what's on your EIN paperwork. Okay. So even if, let's say, Nicole, my address has changed since I did that EIN paperwork like 5 years ago, and that's okay. Just to get through the verification process, however, we need to make sure that your EIN address on that paperwork matches up with this. Once your phone number is approved, then you can go back in here and adjust that. But that will, if the address here doesn't match what's on your EIN paperwork, then it will hold out the process for you getting your phone number approved. So you'll go ahead and put that information in here. You'll put your time zone in, and then you'll update that information here. The last little piece here to fill out is the authorized representative, and in most cases, that is you, the business owner. But if you have someone else who acts on behalf of your business, you can put that here. But typically, this is going to be you, the owner of your business. And you'll make sure you put your phone or your email here, and then your phone number. The phone number that goes here is your cell phone number, because part of the verification process, again, with the phone carriers, is that they want to make sure that you are a valid person that's actually trying to get a phone number instead of someone just trying to spam or some type of bot. So what happens is when you put your cell phone number here, when we go through the verification process, you'll actually get a text that just kind of verifies that this is a real number. That's all. That's why it's important just to put the cell phone number here and then just update your information. coming down here, just leave all of these check boxes automatically, check, just leave them intact. This is automatically just things that help with the system. So it's going to make sure you're compliant. So the very first text message you do send out, it's going to send out a little blurb that says, this is this is a message from, and then your company name, which is going to be what you put in the friendly name. And then it's going to give them an option to reply stop to unsubscribe. This is required by law to give people the opportunity to opt out of anything that they have opted into. So you don't have to change any of this. This is also saying that there is an unsubscribe link in your emails, which again, by law, to stay compliant, you have to have. So leave everything checked here. And that's it for everything else. You don't have to worry about it. Now, there is one area down here where missed callback text. So what happens is, let's say somebody calls you, for instance, and you don't pick up the phone. This will send a text back saying, hey, saw that this is location and whatever your business name is what this stands for in the brackets. I saw that we missed your call. How can we help you? This can be changed. So you can come in here and adjust this to your wording if you like, or you can leave it just how you'd like. And what would happen is, after this went out to whoever whoever that called you and the call was missed, you can then respond via your mobile app if you have the app downloaded, or you can come in here and respond back to them and then continue the conversation inside of the account here. And so that's all there is for the business profile. Before we move on, are there any questions regarding this section right here?
I wanted to make a comment that on that missed text callback, one of the things, and I think I got this right, but one of the things that was amazing to me is, now that I got my new phone number issued through the system, I went and changed that phone number on my public website, and all of the places publicly where it's shown. So all of the phone numbers go to my CRM phone number, so they can get that missed text callback. And then I can also forward anything to my regular cell phone, and then now my regular cell phone's hidden, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's a super amazing feature, everybody, that you got to really consider. And that's why we want to have these calls each week, is to show you the little intricacies and the nuances that really help you, automate your business and make it more functional and easier for people to do business with you.
Absolutely. Awesome.
So,
And then, and I'm on my phone now, but does anyone else have any questions? You put them in the chat.
I have a question. It's too long to put in the chat. Nicole, if I'm I have a merch store agency, and I have a couple of stores that I manage for people. So my question is, I'm feeling this. I already did all this, and I have my merch store agency phone number and all that. But if I'm doing this for someone else, then I have to set up a separate account. Is that how that works?
Yes. If you're running everything, do they have their own separate store, or are you?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Then you'd want to set up a separate account for them, so that goes to them. Because the other caveat to that is, when you set up your phone number, because it's a pass-through type system, what will happen is, when somebody calls you, the system will automatically forward to whatever cell phone is on file. So in that case, it would be the store owner or whoever you're running the store for versus you.
Got it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, no problem. Great question.
Yeah, no, and Keith had asked me earlier, can you manage multiple websites in one CRM account? And I said you could, but now that asked the question, can you manage multiple phone numbers associated with multiple websites?
You can have multiple phone numbers and different websites. That could get kind of tricky, because even though you can have different domains, it would kind of depend. Are all the different websites kind of tied to the same agency, or are you running them for different people? Like, expand on that a little bit. Because if you're doing the websites for different people, I would.
Keith, can you mute yourself and explain?
Oh, I
Yes,
see
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. No, I was just wondering if I could offer phone numbers to a client, and then maybe have phone numbers for myself as well. or would this get a little jumbled if you have too many inputs?
You can have as many numbers as you would like. You can have them. And so when you're having the numbers, who's going to be answering the calls? Are you just forwarding it to them? Because
Some calls for the client and some calls from myself
okay.
in different circumstances.
So I would have, if you're going to do it that way inside of one account, you'd want to create a user profile for each one of those
Okay.
numbers. And in that user profile, you can then have a different phone number and then associate that phone number with that particular person's cell phone number.
Okay, so let's say I had two phone numbers for myself, and those would both forward to the same cell phone I have now, and there'll
If
be
you,
like an indicator or something that it's coming from
yeah, you can definitely
one of those
have,
numbers.
yeah, so you can definitely have two phone numbers for yourself, and you can have both of those routed to your same phone number if you want to. So let me kind of show you where the phone number area is.
Right?
But in your profile under phone, so let's just go there. So if I click on phone numbers, and we don't actually have
And
one.
while you're doing that real quick,
Mhm.
Barb's asking a question. So she says we need two cell phones. And my question is why would you, what would be the use case, Keith, where you want two phone numbers? Maybe you have two different businesses and you want the phone answered a different way, or you want to distinguish between two different businesses. But I would
Correct.
I'm like, keep it simple, man.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that I would have different phone numbers for different businesses, so I would know who was calling as soon as it came up on the screen,
I
and
got
I
you.
can answer accordingly.
I got you. You might want to use the IVR system that's built into the system and have like
Okay.
a phone tree kind of thing.
Yeah.
That might work out better. And then
Yeah,
you can
you just
have,
used a term that a lot of people might not know what an IVR system is, and
oh,
I'm not sure what that stands for, but everyone's
gotcha.
called somebody and it says, "Hey, you've reached, Pacific Bell. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that, press 3 for that, press 4 for that." Our CRM has that entire technology,
Wow.
and you can route people different ways and different things, and it probably takes a genius to set it up, like Nicole, but but it is amazing. What does IVR stand for?
It's internal voice. Yeah, don't get me to making that up. I just know it as
No.
IVR.
Okay.
So, Greg, quick question. With that system, let's say a customer called and then they answered a certain question and they were routed to a certain, quote, department or whatever. By the time it gets to my phone, is it going to say from this website, department, blah, blah, blah?
Yeah,
Phone number?
yes, you can actually program it. So what happens is in your profile, if you go into your phone settings, and we don't actually have a phone to be able to show that. Can I buy a phone number real quick?
If you want to.
Okay,
My system, while she's doing that, my system calls me on my cell from our website and it says, "You have a new lead.
exactly.
Click any number to answer the phone call." And I just click a key and then all of a sudden, ding, ding, and next thing I'm connected to that person. I just answer the phone. "Hey, this is Greg with Launch Cart." So,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
exactly. Go ahead.
I was thinking like you have a new lead from, a certain thing, right? So it would be more specific, being that, I don't just do one business.
Yes, you definitely can do that. So that would be more, you can do like whispers and things like that in the automation end of things. But
Okay.
on the front end, you can have a couple of different numbers and each one have a different whisper message if you wanted to do that. So you could say, hey, call from blah, 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 if you wanted to have
Right.
different numbers that way.
And the 115 shown here on the screen, is that
Yes.
just to purchase the phone number?
Yeah, so that is a monthly charge. However, the great
Uh-huh.
part about being part of Launch Card is there's a certain amount of credits that we give you each month. So it acts like a prepaid account. So that 115 would be deducted from the total credits that we give you each month.
The credits from sales that you would be building up?
No,
No, no.
the credits. So there's a certain amount of SMS and email credits that you get each month to be able to
Gotcha.
send out text messages and emails. Okay. And it's like a prepaid account. So as you send out a text or message or as an email, it's deducted from an overall account. Okay. And then when that account gets down to like to zero, then it reloads, right? But we give you a certain amount of credits each month. So this 115 will be deducted from that total amount of credits that you get. So it's not like you have to pop in your credit card again or debit card again and purchase more, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show
And let
somebody.
me give another explanation of that real quick,
Okay.
just so everyone understands. So when you sign up for a monthly plan, whether you're on the lift off, the growth, or the scale, you're going to get, and there's a little bit more, the number's different for each plan. But the idea is you're going to get, let's say 4,000 or 5,000 emails and 2,000 or 3,000 text messages as part of the plan. But if you're like a heavy user like me, and let's say I'm on the $297 plan, and my database is 80,000 people, and I'm emailing 2 or 3 times a week. I'm doing 250,000 emails a week, or about a million emails a month. We would go out of business if everyone did that and only charge $297 a month. So for that email marketing, text message marketing, you get a certain amount for what you're doing, and then we charge 0.0002 cents or some nominal fee for each additional email. And I talked to Nicole about that. We're gonna post that on the website soon. But then the system automatically charges you based on your email volume and your text message volume. And then one other thing to note is on your text message volume, it's based on how many characters in a text message. So if you do these real long, lengthy text messages like I get from the political parties, they cost a lot more than a real pithy, hey, we're going live, here's the link. So keep that in mind.
Awesome. Great explanation. Okay. So for those who don't have their phone number, I'm just going to walk through that real quick of how to do that. So you would just come over here to add phone number. Again, first we started with phone numbers on the left, came over to add phone number, click number. All right. And then if you have a particular area code you want to use, you can click filter. Now, if you want a local number, then you can uncheck toll free. If you want a toll free number, then you can keep that checked and it will add that to the mix. Like, let's say I wanted a 616 area code. I would type in that area code here, hit apply, and it's going to pull up all of those phone numbers that are available within the system that have that area code. Then you can just select whichever one you want. So let's say I want to select the first one. I would just come over here to proceed to buy. Click that. And then it would purchase it for me. Okay, purchase successfully. Now, what do? It's saying A2P registration. This is what I would tell you. I was telling you earlier. So if you try to send out messages without first registering with the carrier, they won't go through. Okay, so that's where that's coming into play, which is why we went through and filled out everything on that business profile. So now let's go ahead and once you've picked your number, now you can come in and configure it. This forward to calls, this is where you put your cell phone number. So this is what Greg was talking about earlier. Someone calls you, it's going to forward to this phone number. Once we program the message, it'll say, hey, you've got a phone call from, press 1 to continue or 2 to send a voicemail, and you'll be able to do that. That's where this whisper message comes into play. So in order to enable that, you'll check it, and then you have to program it. So this is where you would say call from, and then you could say whatever. You could say launch cart, so you know where it's coming from. You can say whatever is going to trigger, your memory to know where this call is coming from. Then you have the option to record the call. If you want to record the call, you'll click call recording, and then you'll just type this prompt. This call will be recorded for quality purposes. I know we're pretty used to hearing that. Now, this is what the receiver of the call hears if it goes to voicemail. Then you have the incoming call timeout, which is basically if someone calls after 10 seconds, or you can program this to whatever amount, then it'll go to voicemail. And the same for outgoing, right? 10 seconds at a timeout for the call. Now, let's say for a certain phone number you have, maybe you want it to go to a sales team or someone else. then you would just hit ring to incoming call to users, and then you can search whatever users are in your database. So that would kind of allude to the other question of earlier. If you had several numbers and you had, like multiple users, each user could have a different cell phone number or a different number, but you want to make sure they each have a user profile. When that is done, you just hit save. So now your phone number is set up. If someone were to call you, goes to voicemail, or they call you and you want to send them to voicemail, you'll just hit 2. It'll go straight to voicemail, or you can pick 1 and it'll connect the call. So that's how simple it is to get a phone number. Any questions on that? Let's go ahead and look in the chat. Let's see. I skipped the phone number, I sign up, and everything we're fine to make your investment. Okay. Does Launchcart have an autoresponder for the emails? Absolutely. Absolutely. We have an autoresponder for the emails, Barb. And we will be touching on that probably in the next masterclass for sure. This is the correct reading link. Okay, thanks. Okay. Any other questions? No problem, Barb. Great question.
And one of the things I wanted to say was going back to you guys getting help on a regular basis. So as you can see on Nicole's screen, there's a big orange button on the top right. And no matter what section you are in the CRM, that is going to change. And there's like a little itty bitty walkthrough tutorial on that section that shows you, okay, this is this and this and that. So it's a little bit of a 2-minute, 3-minute walkthrough of every section. That's point number 1. Number 2 is in the bottom right, you're going to see a support chat bubble. And that's the short support chat bubble. We have live help, 7/24/365, as well as an amazing knowledge base. And so typically, if you spend a few minutes looking at the knowledge base, you're going to get some answers. And then if not, you can go to the live chat and get some answers. So we're doing everything we can to arm you with what you need to get you up and running, and again, automate your business. And we believe this is the last tool you'll ever need. It does everything, and don't let it overwhelm you. Okay, that's what I want to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now the last little piece that we're going to work on, and then we'll wrap it up, is just the integration. Just making sure that you have your integration set up. So again, you'll keep scrolling down until you get to integrations. And this is where, if you have a Google account, you can integrate your Google. This is great for like if you're going to be having a calendar and you want to be able to connect your Google Calendar into the system and be able to sync the two and then have it show on your phone also. This is also great for Google My Business. So if you want to be, you want to have Google reviews, then you want to have your Google account you want to have it connected here. Okay. Facebook, Instagram. So if you're going to be doing any kind of communication through Facebook and Instagram, go ahead and connect that here. All of that communication will feed back into your conversations tab. And so you have just a really concise place to go back and forth with conversations without having to go out to Facebook or Instagram or everything else. You can do it right through this interface. Stripe. So obviously you want Stripe, where, if you're collecting money, so go ahead and connect your Stripe there. And then again, TikTok, Instagram. So it has all of these different things, but the main ones are your Google, your Facebook, your Stripes, TikToks, Instagrams kind of things. So go ahead and do all of those, because eventually when we get to the section in our master classes where we're talking about the social planner and how to, automate your messages to go out for like, a year or so, having these different types of connections is where that'll kind of come into play. So that's kind of where we're going to leave off today, as far as just getting the basics so that you can kind of get up and going with your system. Any other questions? Okay, Keith, you said Twitter. I don't see Twitter yet, but I think that is in the works. So we don't have that right as of yet. Any other questions? I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Thank you, Francine. Appreciate it. And let's just stop sharing. All right, Greg, do you have any final parting words?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, we got one more question. Hold on. Can you build landing pages and websites with Yes, absolutely, Randall. Yep, you can build as many landing pages and websites as you like on the side of the
And
house.
let's not only say landing pages, so funnels, websites, and blogs. And you can, and again, it's just right there on the dashboard, and you can have unlimited funnels and dashboards and things of that nature.
Oh, there's so much you can do. These master classes are going to be fun, guys. There's so much you can do. And we're just going to take it a little bit by little bit and get you going. Ricky says, can I add different accounts for my launch cart store? Do you want to answer that one?
Yeah.
Greg?
What was the question?
Can I add different accounts from my launch cart store?
You have to ask that question a different way. So I think I know what you're asking. So you can connect multiple stores to a CRM account. Okay, so let me come on camera here. So the way we did the integration with the CRM and the e-com store, and I see that just asked, he knows, he sees the benefit of the CRM, but what about just running a simple store? Yeah, so you can look at the launch cart e-com, simple store, and then one of the new things we're going to be teaching and training, especially in our Launch Shops Partners program, is when you create products, you want to make sure you tag those products how you want that tag to be transferred into the CRM. So the idea is, let's say I have Rescue Joe, I have Inspiration by God, and I have Dope Mamas, and that's Candace's store, but the other two stores are my stores, right? And I all want those come into my CRM, my Greg Ryder CRM. When we connect the two, and somebody signs up for the newsletter, they're going to be tagged, hey, Rescue Joe Prospect, and it's going to be pushed into your CRM with that tag. And let's say they buy Rescue Joe coffee, it's going to be tagged Rescue Joe as the store, so it tags them as the store, and then it tags them as a customer, and then it tags them as what product they bought. As long as you set the tags up in the product properly. If you didn't put tags in the product, and right now, when you set up your Printful and your print on demand, your products, there's no tags there. So you have to set up the tags, and then it pushes that information in there. And the reason why this is really beneficial as you start rocking your e-com store is now you can set up automations for everybody who bought coffee. I can put them into a workflow and email autoresponders and different things based on what they bought, or I can do it based on what store they came from. Or again, going back to when we were running celebrity brands, we had Skinny Girl jeans and we had the Skinny Girl plus sizes. So the emails that we were sending to the plus size women was different than we were sending to the Skinny Girl jeans, the petite women. So it's really good to, when you get your tagging and your stuff down and you start making those automations. And with all that being said, real honestly, if you're not really rocking the e-com, it might be more work than it's worth, right? Because it's a lot of work. It's a fair amount of work, whether it's using Shopify and Klaviyo or whether LaunchCart in our CRM to set up these workflows and automations. But when you are, doing dozens of sales a day and hundreds of sales a week and thousands of sales a day and thousands of sales a week, it's gold. It just increases your revenue, increases your AOV. It does everything for you. So I hope that answered your question.
So Greg, can you expand on that answer, please? When you're talking about tags, let's just say you have a freedom line in your store and you have a faith line in your store. So obviously you've checked the category. So the product knows that it's in the freedom or the faith, but for the tag, what would the tag be?
I would make a freedom tag and I would make a faith tag.
Okay. So that's as simple as it can be. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Francine. Yeah, and then just so you know too, the idea of the e-com is like the low entry fee, barrier of entry, empower entrepreneurs, empower business owners, and then eventually upsell them as an affiliate or as a marketer to, and again, I'm just being honest with you and transparent. It's like our goal is to get you from here to here to here, and we want to get you up on that $300 a month plan. And as you start to see like our launch ads, and we'll profile that launch ads. So during the Launch Your Merch Challenge, VIPs, for the VIPs, and I know, Jess, you did sign up for that VIP, we will show off our ads platform. It's incredible. It's incredible. So I've been using it more and more and more and more, and it's just amazing. It's getting better and better and better. Okay. Last call for questions.
Brando has a question. Can we use templates from other vendors such as ClickFunnels or Go High Level?
Yeah, you can answer that one.
Okay. Yes. Yes, we can. Absolutely. In fact, when you get into the funnel builder itself, it actually has a little field where you can actually import a ClickFunnels URL for sure. Just said, so can we go ahead?
As well as, I'm eating breakfast. I haven't eaten all day. As well as, we're creating what we call snapshots. We have two things that are really amazing: snapshots and recipes. And a recipe is an automation flow. So let's say I set up a calendar and I want the calendar to send a text message, an email, reminders. And then after the call, I want to send them a thank you email, and I also want to send them a survey request, and I also want to send them a reputation. Hey, give me a good review on Google request. We have a recipe for that. Click a button, pops up the recipe, you kind of customize it, and boom, in minutes, you have this complete automation flow. So when somebody books on your calendar, they got that recipe. So, like for instance, we're doing the Launch Your Merch Challenge, and we're taking this Launch Your Merch Challenge. We have a whole workflow for people to sign up. We have a whole workflow for the VIPs, and we have landing pages and funnels and products. We're going to take that eventually and make it into a snapshot. So if you want to run your own challenge, you'll be able to get the snapshot from us. Click a button, import it into your CRM, change out Launch Your Merch Challenge to Greg Ryder's challenge, whatever, customize it, and you got the whole dang thing. We just saved you 50 hours worth of work. It's incredible. So, and I think there's over 1,000 templates in the platform right now for websites, and mostly for automotive and legal and restaurants and small businesses. It's not necessarily for digital marketers, but it's amazing.
Yep. I think there's a question that says, is VIP part of what investors have?
Well, the investors are a little bit different, because basically what the VIP that I'm referring to is we're doing a Launch Your Merch Challenge. And for the Launch Your Merch Challenge, when you sign up for that on the thank you page, it says, hey, join our VIP thing. We're going to do separate sessions for you, and you're agreeing to take a free trial of LaunchCart CRM. And then if you stick with it, you get it at a discounted rate. So it's one of our marketing strategies just to get people onto the CRM. So I know Just signed up for that. I'm not sure who else may have signed up for that. So that's what I'm talking about as far as the VIP. But all investors are VIP. We always are offering amazing perks and stuff for investors. And that goes back to, I know Keith is an investor and other people on here are investors too, is if you invest $5,000 or more in our crowdfunding campaign, you're going to get LaunchCart CRM for life, for free. Now you still have to have your credit card on file for the incidentals, but you'll never have to pay a monthly fee. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Are there automations integrated? I.e., no third-party costs from Zapier, Pabbly integrated? Yes, you can definitely integrate if you know how to do that, but that's where I come in also.
But you're still going to pay the Zap fees.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Pabbly. We're going to integrate Pabbly with LaunchCart Econ.
Yeah.
But, Pabbly, can you use Pabbly?
Oh, for sure. All day long. That's my favorite one. Yeah. For right now, though, an easy one is just to do a webhook into a form until you can get a direct integration. But yeah,
very
for sure.
Cool.
Yep.
And then Just asked, where did that question go? I understand the benefits. So we only pay for one CRM account, but can use it to manage multiple stores. Yes, right. You can hook up multiple stores to one CRM account. Absolutely. Are there any automations integrated into third-party costs? You got that one. All right, good. I like you guys' engagement. Thank you for engaging, asking questions. That's what we're here for.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and Barb says, so we can build websites that are not stores. That is correct. So LaunchCart Ecom was literally built to compete with Shopify. Now, we're not. Are we a Shopify competitor? No, not really. We're not. I mean, they're a $100 billion company, but we were coming. And by the way, this is going to be officially announced because I can't keep a secret. I can't keep a secret. Next week we should be releasing to people like you who show up early access to what we call the Launch Collective. And it's our source and sell marketplace. We have over $500 million of products in the source and sell marketplace from real brands. And right now there's There's brands like Billabong and Volcom and Spy, all kinds of skateboard, surfboard brands. We got some really other cool brands that have everything from candles to all kinds of stuff. And you're going to be able to get an account, click a button, and add products to your launch cart store that are drop shipped, just as if you were doing print on demand, but with real products from real companies and helping support one another. That's what we call it, the collective. It's a launch collective, and then it's the source and sell marketplace. And we were doing, I saw it working yesterday. I saw it working today. We're tweaking some of the UI. We're dealing with some variant issues, and our goal is to have it live by next Tuesday on a limited basis for the early adapters. And then by February, we'll roll it out. And we're onboarding golf brands. Now, on top of that, the collective part of it, let's say you make a CBD product, or let's say you make a spin gym, like one of our clients makes this spin gym, right? And she's like, hey, I'll let people sell my spin gym. I'll let them buy it. Then we could take the products, put them in the marketplace, and then let other launch cart sellers sell the spin gym, as well as Shopify sellers. Now, I'm not promoting Shopify, but we do integrate. We do have a Shopify app, and we can pull your products from your Shopify store, put them in the marketplace, let other Shopify store sellers sell it, let other launch cart sellers sell it. And that's why we are the next unicorn, baby, because this is going to blow up. This is going to be amazing. So that's all coming. Joseph, yeah, that's exactly right. He asked the question. I thought, good. Okay, cool. Anybody else? Last call for questions. And just again, the crowdfunding campaign is coming to an end. If you put an indication of interest in, or if you wanted to get involved, let me put that link in here. I'll put it in the chat right now. Click the link, and $350 gets you a minimum of get you a lifetime account on LaunchCart Ecom, and $5,000 or more gets you a lifetime account on LaunchCart CRM. Okay. With that being said, I don't see any other questions coming in.
I got to give one shout out to Will. He is a U.S. Navy veteran. So am I. So I just couldn't let that go. Go ahead.
Oh, very cool. And Will, and you guys know we're giving away free lifetime accounts for LaunchCart Ecom. I just put out, matter of fact, let me find this press release. I put out a press release yesterday. We did the veterans a week or two ago. We did the churches yesterday. Here, let me put this in here. Where is it? Let me find it. But churches and nonprofits. So again, we're trying to give back. We're trying to empower people. We're trying to make a difference in the world. And if you can help us spread the word, please do it. Every nonprofit, every church, every veteran, free lifetime account on LaunchCart Ecom to help empower them and support them. Yeah. All right. With that being said, I like that. Boom. Here's our little feature. Now we got the StreamYard feature option. Boom. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Last words, Nicole. You can wrap it up.
That's it. Thanks, guys. I encourage feedback. Anything we can do to make this masterclass better, definitely hit me up. We have a community, so feel free to hit me up in the community with other things you'd like to learn about. And that's all I got.
And you know what? And I'm sorry, some of the people went to the LaunchCart meeting room. I created this room for Nicole yesterday, so she has her own room. So the meeting.com/CRM, it'll always be in this room. Now we're going to try to schedule them. So there's a special link that if you click on that link, it'll take you to the replay. Because if you just come to the room after this session was over, you won't get the replay. But in the emails we send out, we're going to send out links that have a tag and ID. And if you missed the call and you want to watch it at night or the next day or whatever, it'll automatically take you to that replay. So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Do what we do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them. We're signing off.